Go Curvy.
So my loves,
Yes.
you ready to get spicy?
Yes,
So we're gonna start it slow. Because
Okay.
it's gonna be a slow burn. And
Okay.
we are gonna burn today, baby.
okay.
Oh my goodness. So we need to start with this story, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to read this, but this is it was out of cosmopolitan.com, but it's like everywhere, all over the net. And this is a man who decided that he was gonna make a chart of why his wife didn't have sex with him, the days his wife didn't want to have sex with him, and the reason why. Like, is that not the most passive-aggressive move you've ever heard in your life?
Well, it's
really
kind of
is.
like premeditated ammunition.
Right?
It's ammunition.
Yes. It's like, oh, you didn't do it this day. So this is according to him, and this is a quote according to him. We have only had sex 3 times in the last 7 weeks, and I've made 27 attempts.
That's a lot, right?
I love you so much right now. For you at home, yes.
Can you imagine? Okay, so you're not having as much sex as you want with your partner, but can you imagine making a list? And he posted it on Reddit.
That's, yeah. Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, part of the story as well is she was going on a holiday for 10 days,
Yes.
and he's like, basically, I'm not going to miss you because I know I'm not going to get anything. But that's someone that's already broken up with a person. That's kind of like the I'm breaking up with you goodbye letter, I think.
But they were
It's just,
married.
but they were 26
Yeah.
as well, so I find this a bit disturbing for a couple of that age. If you're in your
Right.
60s, 70s, whatever, but at 26, she's obviously not interested in him.
There's something going on. Gregory.
Gregory.
Pick
Yeah,
me.
yeah, go ahead.
For a couple things. First of all, dude, it could be about you.
Yes.
Dude, if you're not making love to your wife, it's about a conversation. You're faulting her for what you're not getting. When was the last time you brought her flowers? When was the last time, honey, I love you? When was the last time you surprised her? It got me angry because it came off like, these are your chores, and pleasing me is a chore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sit down and have a conversation and say, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm noticing that we're not making love anymore. I'm noticing that the quickies, the fun, the intimacy is changing. Let's talk. Because that whole email
Yes.
was all about resentment.
It
And
was.
resentment
Oh, you could just
destroys-
feel
Yeah.
it. You just feel it.
There
the
wasn't
anger.
a chart for how many times we've tried to talk about it,
Yeah.
how many times we've gone out for dinner, how many times
I brought you
we've-
flowers.
Yeah.
I tried to
There's
romance
no
you.
chart for that.
I was as a man, I was angry because we fault everyone for what we're not getting. So we can sit back and go, you know what? I'm going to be a passive aggressive ass
Yeah.
and be a victim instead of saying, hey, you know what, sweetheart? For 10 days, let's think about this. We're not as intimate as we used to be, so let's slowly pick up the pieces
Yep.
and go back to where we were.
Right.
I thought it was pathetic and disheartening.
It came across
Absolutely.
very insecure. I feel like he came across a little jealous too, because I think it was a business trip.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the breadwinner and he's having problems with that, you know, and she's
Yeah.
like she's maybe more work oriented and
Or
he's got a problem with
maybe
that.
he doesn't have a lot to offer. What? Sorry.
But the other thing is, I think
Sorry.
making a list is actually a smart thing, because then he could be like, oh, this is what's happened, but he didn't have to, he could have done it for himself and gone, I've noticed in the last week, this has happened, that's happened,
Right,
what's
not
going
a
on?
spreadsheet.
No,
Right.
I'm not
Like,
saying it for
yeah.
that, but just because
Right.
it's good,
Too
like I'm sure if you went to a
calculated,
therapist or whatever, they'd say, okay, write down what's happening so we can look at it. So the concept of writing it down and looking at it is a good idea, but
Yes.
not in the way that he
I think
presented
it's a
it.
poor way of communicating, because I think as
Absolutely.
a spreadsheet, that was his way of saying, you're so into your work, maybe this is the way I can get you to pay attention
Oh yeah,
to
the
me.
way he did it was the wrong way,
Yeah.
but he actually noticed something, but she might not have even
It's
noticed what he was
ammunition.
doing.
I have
Right?
enough.
It was just
I have enough
me.
time to complain about how we're not being intimate, and I'm not going to create the time to say, hey, you know what, sweetie, it was really hurting my feelings last night because I was really wanting to be with you.
right.
And
Well, I think the one that really got
you
to me
okay?
is
What's
that
happening?
he, there was one where he wrote that she was watching TV, and it's like he wrote on this list, and she's seen it before. So he's sitting there and he's watching her and he's writing it.
Right.
Like how passive aggressive is that?
Yeah.
Like
right. Just turn
say
the TV off
something.
and talk to
say
her.
something.
Yeah.
Talk to her.
Or I don't know what the show was. I don't want to disrespect what she was watching. It might have been an awesome show and better than him. I don't know. But at the end of the day, connected to what you just said, the most disturbing thing to me is the sense of male entitlement. male entitlement. And he's like, you didn't give me what I deserve, woman. And he's like a
Maybe
caveman.
she's cheating on
what
him, getting it from somewhere else anyway.
Or maybe they both resent each other.
Yeah.
It could be happening.
They've resented. I mean, it's like
It could
resentment
be,
is the lack of conversation, period. And maybe she's like, dude, you know what? I don't trust you anymore. I'm not feeling it anymore. Our actions are dictated by what we're not saying.
Yeah.
Period.
It is, and you know, I get it. We're gonna close this topic with one thing. Life is too short to, you know, to sit there and
your
do
mind.
that.
At least she
Speak
got
your
it.
mind.
Can I just
Talk.
say? At least she got it on the way to the holiday. Because guess what? She's going to have a damn good holiday, especially if it was in a tropical paradise. So the joke's on him.
Yeah.
Because as soon as she got that, it's off and it's on for her. So go.
But do you love how she's like, you know what, ladies, I'm going to make this work for me, and you better be a hot bellman.
Yeah, well, it's her,
Mama's got swagger.
it's her body, and she doesn't know him anything, and I don't care that they're married. She can do what she wants, when she wants, or she chooses not to, and that entitlement he has is a big problem.
Pull up your big boy pants and have a conversation with your wife.
Exactly.
And scene.
Exactly.
Big boy pants.
Great advice.
Hashtag big boy pants.
And for all you other guys that are watching, do the opposite. Romance your partner.
Yeah, flowers.
And conversation.
Oh,
Time. Even if you only live a mile from each other. Time.
and you know what is so interesting? Attention. Pay your lady attention. We love that guy.
Can I say one thing too, just in regards to the attention thing? Also, we all just want to be validated quickly.
Yes.
The demise of most relationships are when you come home at the end of the day and you don't get off your iPad, your computer, and it's like, hey, I'll be with you in a minute.
Yep.
Stop what you're doing, greet your spouse, your partner, even your family member, and go, hey, you know what? How was your day? What did you do? Give it 30 seconds, give it a few minutes, connect.
So
hey, give me 5
true.
more
My
minutes.
biggest pet peeve, and I happen to have my prop right here. I didn't realize it. You will see someone you haven't seen in a while, and they're like this. How are you doing? Hold on, 1 second. Just one more second. Wait, how are you doing? Oh, just go ahead and talk. I'm finishing up. What?
I know. Is that not
It's
awful?
very disrespectful.
Yes.
Your curvy body's going on, child. Looking good with your fashion style. Life is short.